In our previous video, we took a plan idea and ran it through the roadmap for future jobs and prosperity and determined that the idea had commercial viability. Having used that example, and after you do the same with your plans, the next step is to complete your plan, which requires you to work through mileposts 9 to 12 on the roadmap and follow Believe in Ohio's plan and preparation instructions. It'll tell you how to assemble the different parts of your plan into a single document. So let's get back on the roadmap. At milepost 9, it asks you to summarize the STEM concepts and principles underlying your plan. In this section, we ask you to summarize, then explain the application of the key STEM concepts that are underlying your plan. And what we hope is that through what you write, you will demonstrate that you have a reasonable working knowledge of the key concepts involved. Secondly, we ask you to discuss why you believe this science that you've researched provides a feasible basis on which to base your plan. Let's go on to milepost 10. On milepost 10, we ask you to summarize in writing your commercialization assessment of your plan. This goes back to what we did before. In this section, which will be part 5 of your final written plan, you must summarize your conclusions as to the commercial viability of your plan. In doing so, we first ask you to discuss each of the individual topics that are addressed in milepost 1 to 8, and then report on your overall assessment of commercial viability. Once we've completed milepost 10, we move on to milepost 11. Milepost 11A is for those who are writing a STEM commercialization plan, and it asks you to essentially develop a science and technology proof of concept. This section, which is similar to a research paper, should provide an in-depth assessment of the STEM concepts underlying your plan and provide a proof of concept for the feasibility of your proposal. It should include 5 elements. First, it needs to include a review and assessment of the current scientific literature dealing with your STEM technologies. Secondly, it needs to include a discussion of your current assessment and findings of the state of the science in your area and cite appropriate references. Third, it needs to offer a statement of a single, clear, and compelling testable hypothesis or an engineering design. Continuing on, it asked you to develop an inquiry or design-based discussion about the STEM concepts relative to your idea. And finally, it asked you to provide the data, tables, graphs, charts, cited references, etc. that you need to properly support your science and technology proof of concept. So, we go on to the final milepost, which is where we ask you to develop an executive summary of your plan. The executive summary is something that you should write last after you've developed all the other parts of your plan, because what we want you to do is to provide a concise summary of your plan in its most important points. When you write this, though, it must be written in a manner that a person who may not be familiar with your topic can understand what your plan is all about. Again, you can have the best idea in the world, and if you can't communicate it to others, you might as well not have the idea at all. So that takes you through the roadmap, and that takes you through the discussion of really the meat of your STEM commercialization plan and STEM business plan. Now what has to be done is you must assemble those discussions into your plan, into a single document that you can turn over to your teacher for review. To do that, we are providing you with a whole series of additional resources that will help you. In addition to the step-by-step series of instructional short videos, we are providing you with a series of STEM commercialization plan and STEM business plan Word templates, which allow you to literally go through the plan. It explains the parts and pieces that you need and what you need to say. If you use these templates, you will be prompted throughout the document to fill in the parts of the plan with the information that you need to properly complete your plan. In addition to the templates, we're also providing you with a list of tips and further instructions that will take you step by step through some of the actual preparation of your plan. I encourage you that when you're writing your plan, you not only take a look at the instructional videos and use the Word templates, but have this document with you as well. The three of these combined should allow you to do a first-class job on your plan. All of these tools are available to you on the Believe in Ohio website. I urge you to get them and to make use of them, as they will help you to do a quality plan.